Hi Aquarius, welcome to the Modern Spiritualist. My name is Raheem. Today we're going to do the general November reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you know your sun sign and it's Aquarius, you're in the right place. If you know your moon and your rising signs, make sure to look for those as well. I did a partial Celtic cross spread for the sign of Aquarius. The reason for that being this is a new deck and it's been a challenge for me. So I think that what we've done is going to give us enough information. This is the Jungian Tarot for those of you that are interested. Really, really cool deck, really different than anything I've dealt with, so we'll see how this goes. So, the heart of the matter for this month, we have the Six of Pentacles. Crossing that energy for this month, we have the Eight of Pentacles. In your deep past affecting the present, we have the Prince of Wands reversed. In your foundation, we have the Three of Pentacles. Divine inspiration this month, we have the Hanged Man reversed. In your fear position this month, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. In your outcome energy, I pulled two cards. We have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so let's start with this Eight of Pentacles energy, or I'm sorry, the Six of Pentacles energy. So this is kind of the center of it all for this month, kind of your main themes, what's on your heart. In this deck, I really get this feeling of like earth meets fire. There's something really grounded about this energy, but there's also something very driven. Like you're in the pursuit of something this month. I feel a lot of fire. I feel it rising within me. It kind of starts in my stomach and kind of rises up. And we have the Prince of Wands here as well. You're going to be feeling a lot of passion this month. But I also feel, with the Queen of Wands here in your fear position as well, I also feel this sense of, it's kind of like this fear of it. The fear of the passion that's rising. Maybe it just feels too intense for you. Maybe you don't know how to rationalize it. But it also feels like a pursuit. Like there's something that you want, Aquarius. There's something that you want. And I think it's really just a measure of are you going to go after it and how are you going to go after it? Some of you, this is a new relationship. For those of you that aren't in that position, it could be just leveling up the relationship that you have. This could be taking a relationship to the next level. It could be marriage. It could also be, because it's Six of Pentacles, this could also be like creating a joint bank account for the first time between you and your partner. Sharing resources in a new way, which is, a scary thing to decide that you trust somebody enough to do that, right? And this is also this could be about, because I'm feeling so much passion, if this is about a relationship, this is about you showing up and, telling somebody how you feel, being vulnerable, taking the risk of letting somebody that you know how you feel without, knowing beforehand how they're going to respond to you, which is a really scary thing, right? So this could just be talking about your feelings. That doesn't necessarily mean intimate relationship. That could be friendship. That could even be like a work partnership that's very strong. You have new ideas to bring to the table and you're afraid of how it's going to be received. It could be anything like that, but I do get a heavy sense of relationship with this, in general, whether it's romantic or otherwise. I'm just trying to feel into if it's not relationship. It could also just be your relationship with yourself and your own passion. Whether that's hobbies, your vision for the future, your career, even house and home. Anything like that, anything that you have a lot of passion for. There's this desire to do something different or to share the load in some way. It really is. This is about sharing of resources if you get down to the root of it, okay? Crossing that energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is just repeating to me the vulnerability aspect, which is why it's coming so strongly. If you see this little strip of blue, this is kind of like the water that's mingling with this earth, with this fire, kind of all in the same breath, right? So while this is just the logistics, right, of sharing resources or sharing yourself in some way, this is the more intimate component of this. the fact that whatever you're doing, whatever this shared resource is, whether it's communication, whether it's actual finances, anything like that, an offering, an exchange of marriage, this is the vulnerable piece. This is the fact that not only is this something that you're passionate about, you're driven to pursue, this is also something that is on your heart. You're feeling this. You're feeling intimate. You're feeling vulnerable. You're feeling kind of those like gushier emotions that may be kind of hard for you to swallow, I think, right now. Or maybe this is just you opening yourself up to your own heart capacity in a new way, discovering new things within you that you've maybe suppressed for a long time. With Aquarius, we're always kind of working on that wall, right? So I have Venus and Mercury in Aquarius, so I'm really familiar with that wall, right? And so this is just kind of like, who are you letting your walls down for, and in what way, right? Like, what parts of yourself are you sharing with others? In your deep past affecting the present, we have the Page of Wands reversed. I'm sorry, the Prince of Wands in this deck reversed. I think this would be closer to like a Knight of Wands in a Rider-Waite. What I like about, let's look at him in the upright because I really like this card. I like the symbolism. He's holding a rose, right? He's holding a rose and the rose is on fire. He has a Black Panther on his right side, which is my power animal, actually. And he has a snake on his left side. The snake is like coiled around the Orphic egg, right? So there's a lot of creative energy with this. He's shirtless, which shows a lot of like vulnerability and also just this ability to express himself freely, right? There's a lot of childlike wonderment. There's a lot of kind of purity and innocence in this. And there's a little crown in the corner as well. I mean, he's not the king yet, but the prince becomes the king, right? And so we have all these kind of, this is like my favorite symbolism of any card in this deck so far. And so, I mean, in the upright, this is somebody who expresses love and passion freely. No fear, no doubt, no attachment to outcome. He just is what he is. He is fire. He is, willing to unionize with all these different parts of himself and other people, right? This is a very intuitive energy. This is a very creative energy. He's in touch with his feminine. It's Prince of Fire. Fire is masculine. Prince is obviously masculine, but this is an energy that's really in touch with their feminine side. He's in touch with his emotions. He's a romantic, right? Showed up in the reverse for you, and it's deep past affecting the present. I get the sense that there's a lot of resistance coming up to sharing your resources and your vulnerability in the way that you're being asked to, or in the way that you feel driven to do right now. Something is stopping you, and it just may be something from your past that made you feel like it was unsafe to express yourself emotionally. This could be, a hyper-emotional parent that made it tough to hold space for your own emotions because they were always emoting, right? That's a common pattern in Aquarius upbringing, right? This could be, in past intimate relationships, somebody that was just hyper-emotional, or somebody that stepped all over your emotions, or somebody that you took a big risk to love and they betrayed you, right? So all of these kinds of, thoughts may be coming up that is really impacting your ability to move forward with your own vulnerability. I get the sense, though, that the reason why this circumstance is coming up for you right now, and this drive to express yourself and to be intimate with someone in a new way, or to just be open and vulnerable with somebody in a new way, is the fact that this is a great opportunity for you to actually heal. With somebody who's more willing to accept you and understand you and hold space for you. In your foundation this month, we have 3 of Pentacles. I'm hearing the word partnership again. For those of you that this isn't about intimacy, this is about work. Yeah, that's true for some of you. For some of you, you just have a really good idea about how you want to proceed with an idea or something in your career. And you need to take it to another person. You need to partner up with somebody so that you can share resources or share skills or something like that. You're realizing you can't do it all yourself. And that's a tough pill for some of you to swallow, because this is about collaboration. And now it's showing up in the upright, which means this collaboration is going to go through for you. It's going to work out. These people or this person, they are the right people for you. to proceed and to carry out your vision in the way that you want. For those of you that are in intimate relationship, this person that's coming into your life or is in your life that you're leveling up with in some way, they are a foundation of stability for you. They're going to provide that sense of security that you need from relationship right now, which is great. And so, I mean, you know, you're facing all this fear you're brushing up against, is this going to be okay, right? But this Three of Pentacles is saying it is. It's definitely going to be okay. This is an opportunity for you to heal and to move forward and to push your vision forward, all of those good things. Crowning you this month, we have the, I love this. This is the Hanged Man. I also love the snake symbolism. Again, the snake is coiling around this person. I also love that, you know, showing up in the upright, this figure is also upright. So let's look at this in, I'm sorry, showing up in the reverse, this figure is upright. So let's look at this in the upright, where this figure is upside down, right? You know, this card's all about new perspective, whether it's in the upright or not. This card's about perspective. Usually in the upright, it's needing to take time, to take a pause, and to reflect on what you need to do differently before you move forward. So it's a bit of a hiatus. With the reversal, I feel like you are seeing things from a new perspective. Like that is still very present. But it's almost like I'm almost getting like a judgment type energy, like the judgment card type energy, where if you see it in a typical judgment card deck, it's these people are in coffins and they're raising in vibration and they're going into the heavens. There's this sense of like, this figure's kind of floating, right? Again, I'm getting romantic relationship. I feel like many of you are really floating in a new love or a new expression of love with the same partner. There's just kind of that feeling of like when you're falling for the first time with somebody, and you're really still in that mode of like realizing that you're having all these feelings. There can be this sense of like floating on a cloud, right? And I think a lot of you guys are there. And that this is in your crowning position. This is divine inspiration. This is your highest point this month, is feeling like you're floating. I feel a sense of surrender. Like a real cosmic surrender to your process right now, surrendering into this vision, into this partnership, into this relationship. And you're looking at things from a new lens now. Things just feel different for you this time. As you're going into this, you're kind of realizing like, yes, this is different. So those of you that have meditation practices and spiritual practices, this is a good way to kind of connect with your higher sense of truth about this relationship or this situation, because when you're feeling particularly scared to be vulnerable, scared to be intimate, scared to proceed into this new experience out of fear of like needing to protect your heart, because you know in like deep in your own soul that this is good for you, that this is something that you want to pursue. A good way to tap into that is just to meditate, because when you're connecting with your higher self this month, you're going to just feel that inherent sense of truth that this is the path for you. I feel that very strongly, this just like floating on a cloud feeling, surrendering to this moment that is going to bring you a lot of happiness, as long as you don't get in your own way, right? And I don't think you're going to. In your fear position this month, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, let's look at her in the upright. What I find particularly poignant about this particular Queen of Wands in this deck, pardon the Freudian slip, is the certitude. Like there's a lot of certainty. Like she's got her arms crossed and she's holding her wand, right? And she's like, this is what we're doing. There's this sense of heart protection, right? Like she's protecting her heart. In the reversal, I mean, I think this is pretty clear from what we've already said. You're needing to open your heart and you're scared to do it. you also, I mean, I'm still, the sense of certainty is coming in, and I think there's this feeling of like, you know who you are, Aquarius, right? Like, you know who you are, and you know who you are as an individual. I mean, this is part of the Aquarius archetype, right? You know, you as an individual know who you are. You know how you're different from other people. You can really embrace that uniqueness, and you thrive in that uniqueness, right? And so for you to collaborate with somebody, with, you know, a career direction that means a lot to you, and to, you know, be a part of a team in that way, for you to open yourself up to another person in intimate relationship, and you know, collide with another person in this way, there's this fear of losing your sense of individuality. I'm getting excited, for you guys. There's this fear of losing this sense of individuality, because you're less certain when you're with another group. You're less certain of your role, or where you stand with yourself when you're constantly taking input from like somebody else, right? You have to reorient yourself. It doesn't come as naturally to you. And so this is the fear, right? Will I know myself? Can I be certain in myself? And I think, Aquarius, that you can do both, because you're Aquarius, right? I mean, nothing really takes away your sense of individuality, because you do know who you are inherently. And this isn't going to change that for you. So I would encourage you to open your heart, even though it scares you, and to lean on this Hanged Man reversed energy, to go into that meditative state where you do know the truth, you know the greater universal sense of your process right now. And that's what's going to move you through this, right? In your outcome, we have the Ace of Cups. This is great. This is emotional rebirth. This is filling the cup, like cup overflowing, right? This is just, this situation is going to bring you so much happiness, Aquarius. And maybe that's scary too, because it's strong intensity of emotion, and that's not your forte, right? But this is just going to bring you so much happiness, so much newness. This is like a new start in your emotional life, something different, something much more meaningful. You're going to be much more in touch with yourself. I think that's all I have to say about that. I mean, look at the dove. Look at the dove going into the cup, and look at the fire coming out of the cup. I mean, I think it's just beautiful. It's taking that, it's surrendering to love. It's what both of these cards are saying. Surrender into love, right? And Two of Pentacles, clarifying this Ace of Cups, right? I mean, obviously this is a union between two people. I mean, that's pretty clear. So maybe it's just, you know, a business partnership between one person. Not that you're not necessarily working on a team, but maybe it's just like two people in leadership, you and somebody else, kind of putting your heads together. Or that, you know, this is you and your partner. And again, the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is all about resources. We have Six of Pentacles, which is all about shared resources. So I'm just getting that again, is you're kind of combining resources with somebody. And resources can mean so many things. It could mean finances. It could also just mean moving homes, you know, sharing space with somebody. It could mean, you know, just emotions. You're giving and receiving vulnerability back and forth. Just ask yourself, you know, are you all in to this business idea, this business goal, this relationship? Are you all in? Are your head and your heart both ready to receive this cycle? And if not, what can you do to be ready? What can you do to prepare yourself? That's what's important here, because there may be some, you know, preparation of your own stories, you know, related to this Prince of Wands energy to clear out before you can dive head first, because this Ace of Cups and Hanged Man energy are encouraging you to just dive in. So if you are unable to dive in, if you're feeling resistance, address that resistance first, so that when you do dive in, you are ready, okay? And I think that's all I have for you guys. This really, I mean, these cards read so differently, and so I have these moments where I'm totally second-guessing myself, because the way that I'm reading the energies are totally different from the way that I would read them in another deck, but that's what's really showing to me that what's coming down is really where you're at right now, because these cards are so different, and I'm so going off book, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited for you guys. I can really feel the energy building. Yeah, this is great. And again, I mean, this could be a relationship. I get that for most of you. But this could also be just your relationship with yourself. This could be friendship. This could be business partnership. or anything else that it fits. Take it how it resonates, right? This is a general reading. So that's all I have for you guys. If you would like to schedule a personal reading with me, do so in the box below. You can follow me on social media, which you'll also find in the box below. Go ahead and hit like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see the next Aquarius video, and I will see you guys in December. Thank you.